3, 2, 1, go. Alright, what's up guys? So I was working on a class, but my neighbors are being obnoxiously loud, either outside or inside playing music. It's like living next door to college students. So what we're going to do today is bring this little guy into Blender. You don't want to have any layers. See how I have certain things are layers? You can tell by these little dots. So I'm going to tap on that. And once your layers are good, like all these are good, so I'm just going to merge all of these layers so that they are one piece. I want to name everything. Make sure everything is named. This is the floor, so that's the backdrop. I'm going to bring that down. We don't need to bring that over. So I'm going to take the tail and all of this, and I'm going to export as GLTF, include vertex colors. Only include select objects. You want to make sure you have that checked, or it's going to send the lights and all that stuff you don't want. So now we're just going to export that. And 26, that's not too bad. So we're going to export that to the computer. We're here in Blender. Let me bring the mic a little bit closer. So I'm going to open up another background that I did. Photo. Yeah, we'll open this. And we will just, let's see how this backdrop looks. Okay, plain white. It's a little bright, so I might just bring this down a little bit. Actually, no, it might be good. So I'm going to get rid of GEC. But when you press X on a thing, it doesn't actually get rid of it, I don't think. No, it doesn't. Just moves everything around to try and make it confusing. I gotta find his eyes. Okay, so now I'm just gonna bring in import GLTF downloads Squirtle. There he is. I should have saved him on the horizon line in Nomad Sculpt. That's why he's not on the horizon line here. But let's right or double click kind of thingy. New collection. And I'm going to try to bring all this into the new collection. Where's the new collection? Is that collection 2? All right, I know collection 3 is a new collection, so, oh no. That's annoying. So instead of making a selection, let's drag everything like I mean to do. Nope, just doesn't want to drag. Let's see if I can drag all of these. Nope. Well, it would be nice if I could just drag all this. There we go. So you have to be on the word. Interesting. And I don't know if there's a way to slow down this scrolling, because anytime I try to get it in the middle, like try to move it to the middle, it's insanely difficult. Okay, so now I'm going to name this Squirtle. Okay, so now he's all together, so I can just do select objects. So let's hit 1 and bring him up, like so. Okay. And let's, okay, so I'm going to zoom in and hit 1. And I want to change this. I'm going to do control period, so I can move this line down to his feeties, and then control period again. So now I should be able to make this bigger. And I shouldn't have to. Oh, let me hit 0 on this screen so I can see what the actual camera sees. Again, if anyone knows how I can zoom out without it going to like, oh, actually it's not doing it because I'm talking about it, but normally if I zoom in and out, it'll switch to like not the camera lens, and it really bugs me. I find it so annoying. Okay, so now let's rotate. So we're going to rotate this rascal. Sort of like this. Let's move him over a bit. And I kind of want to get, I like this view, but part of me wants to, well, first let me save it. Let me save this as, I'll save as Squirtle 1. Man, these files are so big. I'm going to have to get rid of some of these files. That's going to be quite a project, but it needs to be done. I think something, I don't know. More of like a, the problem is I want to see his shell too, because I really like the shell. Oh, and the tail looks like it's still in the ground. Oh, that's okay though. Let's go back to the camera view by hitting 0. And let's take all of these and shade smooth everything. So we have the body and the tail. I think we can join those. I think it's Control J. Yes. So that joins them. And now I'm going to go over here and it looks like, where's the surface at? Preview. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. I wanted to be here. Okay, so I think I can delete one of these. So now this will be a skin. I'm just going to put Squirtle at the end. Okay, so that's his skin, so I'm going to change this roughness because we don't want him to be glossy. So let's zoom in a bit here and change this roughness so he can be nice and smooth. And also I want to change the subsurface to, I guess we can do like a nice orangey. We don't want to do it too heavy because then his color will look funny. But just a little bit of that oranginess I think will look good. The eyes, we can make those nice and glossy. I'm going to save just in case we get a crash. Okay, so the shell, let's make a little rough. It's a little more rough. This too, we can make a little more rough. I think the tongue looks kind of good. It's like a good median between roughness and not rough. But let's make the eyelash, let's make that really rough because that's just got to be black. Okay, so that looks good. So let's save. Okay. All right, so let's take Squirtle and let's make him a little bit bigger still. So select objects and we're going to scale him a bit bigger. And let's take the camera and let's move the camera a little bit higher up. And his skin looks so white. I wonder if that's the light. It's a bit hard to tell, but it could be because of the lights. So let's see. Actually looks nice back there. I'm going to leave that on. So we have one overhead light. Okay, that is the lights that are really, really bright. Let's get rid of that. Overhead area. Okay, so this might be a little bit bright. Let's see if I bring it down to 300. Okay. I kind of want his skin to be a little more saturated, but I'm not actually sure how to do that. I could possibly, let's try changing this to sort of match that color. It might work. So we'll see how that looks, but I think he looks nice and soft, so that's good. So now we have these two little rascals. And I'd actually like to, I don't know if this will work. Let's see if I can change this to his skin color. Oh yeah. I just want to change all of these to the skin color. Or maybe make them white. That'd be kind of cool. Let's see if we have the background. I don't know what material this is. I wonder if this is the background. Oh, it is. So let's change this to backdrop. Let's change these two. Let's change this to maybe an orange. I don't think we need any subsurface for it. I would like to give it a nice little glow. I'll name this Orange Glow. So now we can go to these. Hopefully they're the same. And we can just do Orange Glow. I should have put an A in front of it so it's at the top. Let's do that. Just makes it easier to find. And I want to move them a little bit closer too. Let's turn them a little bit. And I also have some other tubers. Let me save this. I kind of like this. I have some other tubers that I kind of want to bring in. Let's see if I can import one. Import GLTF. The only problem is I'm not really sure where I put them. Blender, they would be in Blender. I wonder if they're in the alligator box. I don't see any tubers. Sherbet Puff. Fruit Pudgies. Where's that tuber? I know I have it here. Assets? No. Blend bot, nope, nothing in there. Okay, cool. Fruit B. Let's see, that's not it, but let's bring this into, where is it? All the way over there, like a butt monkey. Okay, let's put him there. Let's move him down. Let's hit 1 so we can kind of see where the ground is. Shade smooth. Okay, so let's take this and make it backdrop color. Let's make this backdrop color too. Let's see what that looks like. Nope. Let's make this. So I'm going to do Control J. Oh no. What in the world happened? Why can't I Control J that? Let's see if I can Control J this. Everything disappears. This is so dumb. What is going on? Oh well. Sometimes you just can't win them. So we're gonna do a orange glow for this. For this. I mean, I love that Blender is free. I love that Blender is free. But it'd be cool if like some developers were like, why, like, or someone was like, why is this so difficult? Like because there's gotta be ways that this stuff can be like updated for, you know, just like normal folks. Like maybe you can still do it the old obnoxious way, but like add like a easy way to do some of this stuff. That'd be so cool. Okay, so now we have this. So I still want to find that tuber. So let's take one more look. Import GLTF. Where could it possibly be? Tuber, it's like a little tuber cylinder, big tuber. Maybe it's tuber cylinder. Let's see. Oh, it's the big one. It's the big cylinder. Let's see what happens if we make this that blue skin color. Oh, why did I do that? That's so odd. I don't know why it would, let's make it RGB. Let's change it to RGB. And, oh, so if I change it to RGB, then it looks like it's the right color now. Or a similar color. But let's make it that white instead. So I'm gonna go back. Let's get rid of this preview. Let's make it the white. Let's see what this stuff looks like glowy. Let's move it over here. Maybe we'll rotate it so they're kind of all looking in the same direction. And this would actually look nice in like a darker room too. Let's save for now. Okay, one more look. I'll probably say that a couple more times. So we were in downloads. Baker bun, big tuber, A1. What's A1? I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it, but let's see. What is A1? No, A1 is not it. I'm going to do Command Z. Whoops. Snail, Squirtle, green dino, tuber cylinder, big tuber. I know what you're thinking, but I know for a fact it's not big tuber. That's a big floaty tuber. Oops. And why is this not, everything isn't smooth shaded? I need you to automatically smooth shade when I bring stuff in. What are we doing? What game is this? I'm not playing it. Alright, let's move him a little bit closer. Let's rotate him so he can be like with the group. Let's move him a little bit more away. A little bit higher. Okay, so maybe let's try this white. And this white. And maybe this is like the glowy stuff. Okay, so maybe, oh, you know what? I want the floor to be a little bit more shiny. That would be nice. Because if we can get the floor a little bit shinier. So we get the floor a bit shinier, add some metallic to it so it has some reflection. That would be nice. Now we're getting some of this light. I think that might be this. Oh, is that off? I'm going to turn off multiple importance. Oh, but I want that because I want it to reflect off of here. There might be... I don't like this though. I don't like this. I wonder if that's all the same. It is. So you know what? We'll just turn it off. We'll keep it off. What's this overhead light? I don't know what that is. Okay, save. Tongue looks good. Let's add some subsurface of like, just like a red, like a darker red. Add some subsurface to that tongue. Do a quick save. And I couldn't find the other little tuber, but I think it's time to give up. I'll send another one over at another time. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I changed all these to shiny, didn't I? I did, didn't I? So, let's see what we can do. So let's bring these back to regular. So let's bring these back. Turn the metal down. So we'll bring these back to where they were. We'll go to the floor and subtract it. So then we'll just add, and then we just have a regular floor now, not connected to those other ones. So the floor can be white, and we can bring down the roughness, and then we can bring up the metalness a little bit to give it that shine. and this will be backdrop floor. And we can change the other one, because I'll get confused later on if I decide to save this backdrop, to backdrop a flat white. All right, so let's save. I'm a little concerned with his color though. I'm actually very concerned with his color. It might be too subsurface. Oh, did the color change somehow? How did it get to this color? Huh. So at some point in time, I made this color RGB. Oy, that's not what I wanted to do. I was wondering why he was like such a weird color. But I don't know at what point in time I did that. It's always something, huh? Always something. The only problem is now we get rid of all the nice like freckles and stuff that were on his skin. So there's a couple things that we can do. I think I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna bring in Squirtle again, but I mean, you probably don't care. You probably could care less. Let me just bring him in again. Let's turn that off and just import him again. That's so strange though, because like, I don't know. I guess there's a million and one things that I was doing. And I probably, you know what I did? I probably set his skin to something else and then I changed it to white. That's exactly what I did. Dumb move. So we'll bring this up again to the surface. Okay, now he's the perfect color. Let's shade smooth everything. Good. And you know what? I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna get rid of all of these. And I'm gonna bring this back. And now I'm gonna take all of this. Whoop, not that, I guess. So I'm missing the tail, the tongue, the eyes, the eyelash. And I want to bring all of this stuff into Squirtle. Oh, forgot. You got to do it on the word. Let's see if I forgot anything. No, I didn't. Good. So now I'm going to hit 1 and just do the same thing. Control, period. And I'm going to bring this down until it's right on that line. Okay, good. Control, period. And then I'm going to resize it. So I'll resize him till he's about the perfect size. So something like that. And then I will rotate. Oh, other way. A little bit more shell. And then I will move him over a bit. So maybe around there. So I'm just going to go ahead and save before it crashes on me and I'm really upset. Okay, so this is going to be Squirtle skin. Let me put it A because I'll forget. So this is going to be Squirtle skin. So let's just bring up the roughness and then change the subsurface material to orangey color, and we'll just bring some of this into it. And we'll take this and we'll just, oh, that's not gonna work. Okay, we're just gonna leave them separate, and we're just gonna do the same thing. So I'm gonna bring the roughness up and then change this a little bit of subsurface. I think it was at like 49, like so. Shell's actually, I don't mind a little bit of shine to the shell. Maybe I'll make it a little bit rougher, a little bit more rough, and maybe we'll put like a little bit of a subsurface. Okay, let's bring the roughness up. I think that's good. I think the tongue is good. Maybe we'll make it a little more glossy and just bring a little bit of a red subsurface to it. Just a fart's worth. The eyes can be glossy, so we'll bring the roughness down and we'll just save. He's still looking quite white, but that might also just be this. Let's see if we make it all the way dark. That's kind of nice, but it's just too dark. Background is a bit too dark. All right, let's see if I have the... I made a background... Oh, I don't have it here, do I? I don't know why it wouldn't be here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is... I do like that. I do think that's kind of cool. Let's add, so I'm going to go Control A or Shift A and add a plane. So I'm going to make the plane bigger. Okay. I want to put the plane over here. Hit 1. And then just resize it. Make it a little... I think I want to put it on a little bit of a slant. Oh, and I want to put it in front of this backdrop. Just like this. Okay. And I want to make it white and kind of rough. Okay, so let's see if I turn on any more of these lights. It's an interesting background light, but it's way too bright. But it's kind of interesting. If I move it up and I put it to like 500, it would be kind of nice to have a cool light back there. This is kind of interesting. I kind of like it. Not gonna lie, I kind of like it. I don't know what happens if I make these a little brighter. Okay. Sometimes you scroll and it doesn't move. So if I bring that up to 20, and then I make this darker, so it's like a little bit more rich of a orange. That's kind of interesting. All right, I kind of like that. Be kind of nice with some stars too. I do have some stars. Let's try to import the stars if I can find them. They would be kind of old. Blender stars only. Okay, let's see where these stars are. Starsard. Let's make them a little bit bigger. Okay, they look kind of cool, but I don't know if I can actually tame them to where they look like they belong. Summer, see, this one's like out of frame. Okay, so let me see if I can figure out how to I don't know if I remember how to unlink them. I don't think unlink works. You would think that unlink might unlink them, but it just takes it out of the whole project, which is useless. I think I have to go into edit mode and then maybe select it, and then like maybe, oh, it was one of these weird things, like maybe Control P, no, Control L. Option L. I feel like it was one of these. Nope. Option L? Command L? Shift L? No. Oh man, I don't know what I'm doing now. Oh, I think I did Z, not rendered. Z solid. Oh, I did the see-through mode. I don't remember how to get out of see-through mode. There we go. Okay, so let me see if I can just select this. I wonder if I can copy and paste. Okay, I don't know what I just did, but I don't think it's what I wanted to do. Oh, you know what? It didn't even, I don't even know if it got the whole thing. I think it just selected the front. Oh well, this is a lost cause. Too much time. I give up on the stars. If anyone knows how to easily just deselect or break up things. In Nomad, I would just do, what is it called? I would just do split. Call it a day. But I don't know if there's a split here. I think with Blender, everything is like, you have to write code to do it, everything. So I'm just confused. I wonder if I rotate it backwards, that will make anything interesting. Okay, and actually what's going on here? What if we minus this and just add the orange glow? Okay. Let's just X these stars. I like what we have. And then I changed my mind. I wonder if I can go back to edit mode. I wonder if I can select like these stars and then just X them. Oh, the only problem is it like, I can go back to object mode. No, it selects everything. Okay, I just wanted to see if that would work, but it's just as difficult. So let's just save and let's render this. So I'm going to render it and I will come back and show you the completed Squirtle courtesy of Blender. And I appreciate you guys watching and hanging out, and I appreciate especially those people that comment, you know, that they just enjoy like just experimenting and trying out these things and just having fun with it. Those few people that watch, I appreciate you. If you're still watching, I appreciate you. I know that some of these like aren't for the masses. People are gonna be like, this is boring, but for those that are into it, this is why I make those videos. These videos are for you guys. All right, keep drawing, keep sculpting. I'll see you all in the next video.